are a symbol of the North American great plains, and they numbered in the millions before we began westward expansion in the 1800s. Since then, they were hunted almost to extinction, but now we've brought them back up to a wild population of around 30,000. Towards the end of the nesting season, so they might have one or two nests left. But mid-June about, this is one of 5 remaining rhinoceros species, and the only one not considered endangered. They are considered vulnerable though, mostly due to trophy hunting, for that prominent horn on their nose. That, however, is not a true horn. So it's made completely of keratin, just like our fingernail, and it can regrow if it is damaged or broken. In fact, many rhinos will use raw skin. As you can see, they're eating right now. But unlike our rhinos and zebras, they can't reach their necks down to breathe. So they use their trunks. We can...
Baño seco que ya está dando. El baño seco. Amigo, jabón de guava con
for this reason, they are considered a keystone species, being able to profound impact on their attached to the skull and have a bony interior here with only one toe per foot. And it helps absorb impact, especially while they're running over hard surfaces. So they'll participate in the Great Migration, which is a journey of thousands, to keep up with their mom. Wow, the babies aren't following anyone. They're over to the right. Babies are all by themselves. Oh, look at the little baby deer running.
Esos venados son de África.
But their moms will typically leave them unattended because they're not big enough to run away from predators. Animals also don't mistake. On the left we have our common eland. This is the second largest antelope in the world.
¿Y eso qué es?
They can reach about 2,000 pounds. And because of this, they're also very low. Try to blend in the tall grasses. And then they can also jump about 8 feet in the air in an emergency. But since they're so large, that's not great for their joints. So they try not to. Back there along the fence line we have some of our udas. These are a mountain goat native to the... And left down here we have our addax. Those like ones with the spiral horns are called black fox. But our addax is a desert dwelling, antelope, but they're kind of running out of desert to dwell in. So they're doing really poorly in the wild. There's only about 90 of them remaining. And that's mostly due to habitat loss, because there's plenty under human care. But there's no chance of reintroducing them when there's not enough resources for the ones that are already there. So the black box, only the adult baby that's walking away. They're born tan with raccoon eyes. And then by the time they're about 5 years old, their coat will turn completely black. And their horns will be about 3 feet long. To the left we have our black wildebeest. They are the smaller cousin of the blue wildebeest. So they do not participate in the great migration because they are too tiny and win against each other to create a communal set. And then they'll rub up against trees in order to mark their territory. They are also... This looks like an all-female pride. And lions are what we call sexually dimorphic, meaning the males and females are completely different. So the males will have that big bushy knees, and they are nocturnal, so only wake for about 4 hours per night. The females are a little smaller, completely tan, and wake for about 8 hours during the day. So our typical prides in the wild will have only 1 to 3 males for protection, and then up to 20 females because they're hunting during the day.
¿Le harán algo y no se mete ahí? ¿Se lo pastean?
En un solo bocado.
Muy bonito, está bien surtido, ¿verdad?
Sí, hay de todo.
That's what we have here. Yeah, black bear. These are the smallest bear we have here in North America. And also probably the friendliest. So they'll only get to our food and shelter. But they'll try their hardest to only come out when we're sleeping or at work because they really don't want to bother us.
Mira como ellos.
Allá.
So we do have babies, sleepy babies in the little cubby. And they're about 4 months old. And they're going to stay with their mom. Look at honey, they have a really long tongue. They can stick in the beehive and suck the honey out. I'm sure they eat the bees as well. My babies here, but they're not as cute or little. So, but they have to stay with their mom, so they don't have to. They let to stay with their mom for about a year, 2 years after they're born. That way they don't feel the need to hunt any of our native wildlife. In the wild, they do have to hunt
Los de Alaska
though.
son
They don't get
grandísimos, pero son
fed their
blancos.
pellets.
Estos son baby.
We have a
Baby.
shoulder hump and
Yeah,
one
baby.
claw, which they use for digging about 2 feet underground. And if they don't, they'll follow their mom around for about another year. So the moms can produce 3 different types of milk on command in order to keep up with the needs of 3 different babies. So they'll have your typical sibling rivalry, but never anything enough to cause damage or make us want to separate them. Plus we'll have these really cute sibling moments, like when they all decide to sleep under the same tree. We only got 2 there right now. Yeah, these are